920 celebrate. My name is Tristan. Welcome back to Full Circus. Guys, I've been trying to figure out what to do with the intro because it's long and I don't want to just sit here and just still go. Maybe I'll just try and do like a title card, something like that. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. We'll figure it out. But anyways, guys, welcome back to the eternal pit of bitter cold. It is still not okay, and you know what? For the past 2 months or so, I've been trying to look the part as if it's not actually as cold as it is, even though I've been going, and I've been complaining about it, but I still try to wear just a t-shirt and go, look, guys, I'm a normal man, just like the rest of yous. But I'm not. And I've come to face that fact, so now I'm bundled up in 65 layers and trying to stay warm, man. It's tough, dude, all right? I'm just trying to air my grievances here, all right? And I don't want to complain. I don't want to continue to whine about this, but part of this podcast is almost like a diary, a journal from a life of my entire 20s, of what I've been through. And I want to look back on this, and I want to say, Tristan, were you still cold on that fateful Friday on January 17th? I forgot the date. I want to be able to say, yeah, I was still cold and know that without having to identify the several layers. But it's killing me, man. The cold is absolutely killing me. And I don't mean outside, not outside cold, inside cold, dude. It's so hard to stay motivated. It is my biggest weakness. It's my biggest flaw, I would say, as a person, is like I just can't power through. I don't know what the block is. Like, think of the biggest nuisance in your life. No matter what it is. Maybe you get stuck in traffic and it ruins your day, or somebody throws a pie to your face, or you're getting crammed and cluttered in the kitchen. You're like, I need room, Or maybe you're sitting there on the couch and you're just trying to eat your food and watch freaking TV and neighbors walk in. Okay, random people are like, you're unsettling my experience, my life, my routine, my groove. You ruined my groove.
No, you threw off my groove.
That's what this is like for me. I can't get around it. And again, not the outside. In fact, dude, I'll tell you this much. The worst part about this is I'm trying to overcome, and I'm trying to beat this, right? Because I don't want to just sit here and fall victim to weather, not even to weather, but inside temperature, the lack of heat. I tried to do something, okay? And this is something I learned from my dad, where every time we'd get hurt as a child, I'm like, oh, Dad, my arm hurts. Like, well, looks like we have to saw it off then. And I go, what? No, we don't need to do that. And he goes, well, maybe you can handle it then. You going to be all right? And I go, you know what? Yeah, the thought of sawing it off, I can handle the little bump on my elbow. All right. You experience something worse, and then you go back to your norm, and it's not as bad. It's all about perspective shift, okay? That's what I'm talking about. So I'm sitting here freezing, man. And a large part of this, it's getting worse and worse for me as I keep getting further along, and I have more and more work to do and more things to do, and I have to be here longer and longer. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm going to go outside. That's my perspective shift. That is the sawing of the arm. I'm going to go outside, and I'm going to freeze in the actual eternal. It is -2 degrees is what the feels like is. So I'm thinking, I'm going to go out there, I'm going to freeze, come back in, and maybe it's not going to be that bad. Luck would have it, dude. The second I stepped outside, the sun came out. I kid you not, this isn't even as a joke or an exaggeration. I walked out there and I felt better than I did inside, dude. I was sitting there and I enjoyed it. And I walked back in here, and the perspective shift, it was already bad. It got worse. It's like I got to desire a little bit of treat. It's like for a second my arm was hurting, and I said, Dad, I got a problem. He said, here's a Band-Aid. I went, oh, I feel better. And then he ripped it off. And now I'm back to full pain, or perhaps even worse, the stinging of the stickers. So that's where I'm at right now, dude. It's tough, man. Life is hard. Well, I shouldn't say that. Life is not hard. This is the only thing that's hard in my life. And in the grand scheme of things, my life rules, man. I got a big family that loves me. My career's doing great financially, socially, relationships, health. I'm feeling physically fit, and I'm eating right, and I'm exercising. I'm in my Bible. I'm praying every single day. I'm locked in. I'm not going to lie to you. My discipline's going stupid crazy right now. However, this godforsaken heat, or lack thereof, is absolutely killing my entire drive. And I've booked a couple more roles, and I just have to be up here for hours and hours and hours, and I don't want to, man. I dread it every single second. And it also takes a long time to just kind of sit and pout and kind of get you, oh, come on. Oh, come on. Get out there. It's like, when you're sitting in front of a cold shower or a cold plunge, you go, whew, 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 and you're psyching yourself up. You're like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to take the leap here. It's like knowing you're going to shower all day in that freezing temperature. And I go, whew, whew, it's just going to suck for 10 to 12 hours. Whew, go. And I do it. Okay. And I'm proud of myself for doing it. However, it's just destroying it. And the problem is, man, is I'm so tunnel vision, right? All I want is to get this heat on. All I want is to have this pure bliss, to be the launch pad, the catalyst for other things to come. I have so many things that I want to get to, but you know how other people can multitask and I'm going to bounce around here, I'm going to do this and that. It's kind of like a shotgun spread of ambitions. While I have ideas that are on the back burner, I'm like, I got to get through this thing and then to the next thing and then to the next thing and then to the next thing. But everything is behind this, man. So I just stare into the abyss and I go, why? And I don't know, man. I don't know. So what I'm thinking, and I don't know if this is the right plan. I don't know if I'm committing to it. I'm going to commit to it. I think I'm going to take all the podcast stuff back home to the original set. I think that's the move. All right. Until it gets warm, or maybe we have to build another set somewhere else. I have no idea. But I can't, the podcast it's so difficult for me. And I love it, regardless of how many people even tune in or listen. Like, it's a fun little shtick to do, but now it's just causing more uncomfort for me. And the truth is, I know I'm whining and complaining, but the biggest issue is that the technology, my laptop, my phone, the cameras, things are shutting off. They're freezing. When your phone goes, you need to go inside. Too cold out here. I go, I'm in bed. What are you talking about? So nothing's working, and that's the biggest issue. And it's hard, man, because I don't want to go backwards. I don't want to, and like maybe take the voiceover booth back and build it. It's going to cost money. It's going to cost time. It's going to be embarrassing. But you know what, man? I've learned something here. In order to take one step forward, you must first take 35 back, and then perhaps take another few steps backwards. I don't actually know what the moral of the story here is, but I've made some choices that have delivered me nothing but pain and frustration. And I think, man, you can't wait for good things to happen. You got to make good things happen. So I'm going to find myself some warm. Okay, I'm going to find myself some warm for you, for me, for all of us. And hopefully we can start, delivering on life, man. This is, whatever it is you're suffering, maybe it's not the 18-degree temperature inside. Whatever it is for you, whatever you're suffering through, just know there's a way out. It might not be a tasty way. You're going to have to swallow some pride. And for a long time, I thought my pride was too big to swallow.
Oh, never! My pride is too big to swallow.
And it has been. But, I'm a firm believer in doing what's best for you. Channeling, whatever you got to channel. That was a remote. That you can get locked in, because I'm wasting too much time, man. That's the biggest thing, man. I'm wasting too much time before I launch to where I need to get to next. But yeah, guys, I'm feeling great. Feeling like I'm doing a lot of good things. These are just thoughts. We're just thinking. And yeah, you know what? I'm having fun regardless. I mean, I will be once I leave here. And what's going on in the world, man? I'll tell you what, the presidential inauguration is going down, about to go down. I think it's either going down, just went down, or is about to, has been, will, is, some of them, okay? One of the three. But it's all in the news, and it goes, the presidential inauguration. I don't get it, man. All right, I don't care. Right? What is the point of the whole celebration and the ceremony afterwards? Like, I love him or hate him. I don't care who you voted for. Like, it could have been Jeff Hardy, and I love the guy, but you voted for Jeff Hardy to be in. But it's like that was 2 months ago. You already won. What is this? Why are we talking about this? We had the months of build up and the whole freaking thing. I don't need to hear about it anymore. I really don't. What else in life do you celebrate months after the actual victory? You know what I mean? I hate the Super Bowl champions too. They win, and then they go to the White House and they're like, we got to honor the champions. They're like, they stormed the field. They had a parade. Why are we even talking about them anymore? It's old news. It's already freaking training camp. We don't got time for this. So I don't really care about that, but it's everywhere right now. And a big part of that is because everyone is up in arms about the TikTok ban. I don't really care for it. However, I know there's a lot of people that have made their lives off of it. Some people are very successful. Some people do shows like this, but they actually make it good, and they make it for people and try to make it, entertaining and follow the rules and the steps to success. And that would suck, man. You mean, you build your whole life and you build a career out of something. They go, actually, we're done with it, But they're all hoping that maybe Trump delays it. Maybe he will. Maybe he won't. Maybe there'll be another app. I don't think it'll be the biggest issue in the grand scheme of things. I think if you have a following, it's all kind of intertwined, Like the short form content's on YouTube, it's on Facebook, it's on Instagram. Like, it's all wrapped up in one big bubble. I don't think it's going to get canceled regardless. They've been threatening it for like 50 years now. I know it's only been around for a few. Don't worry about my exaggerations. But I think something will happen, It's just a little, whoa, oh, the edge, it's getting closer, and then it'll come through. Or, you know what? There's all this talk about VPNs, and people are like, well, if you use a VPN, if you try to use TikTok, because it'll still be available in China, if you use a VPN, there will be legal punishment, which is just like, I haven't fact checked that. I have no idea if it's true or not. But if that is true, what are they gonna do, right? How are they? People have been watching Netflix like that all the time. You're gonna track down every single person that goes, actually, I'm still watching little cat videos in another country. It don't matter, dude. And also, like, the biggest, why ban it, dude? I mean, they're like, they're data farming. Chinese, they got access. They're spyware. They're coming out. You know what, dude? Maybe if you're a politician, maybe if you're in the government, maybe you have, like, launch codes or some sort of secrets. I don't know who has secrets. The Keebler elves, how do they make those cookies? If somebody has a secret like that, then sure, you don't get spyware. They don't get access to that stuff. But the regular Joe Schmo who's operating a crane 6 days a week, and you're just like, hey, man, he just wants to look at beef jerky recipes in his off time, and you're going to dig through his notes. You're going to see, a couple one-liners. Maybe there's just some Gap discount coupons on his phone. I have no idea. You're not going to find anything. And also, man, it's America. We should be allowed to make our own sacrifices. If I want to say, hey, make the announcement, look, they're going to spy on your stuff. They're going to look through your data. They could have access to whatever they want in your phone. Give us the option, make it the seatbelt, right? You don't have to wear a seatbelt, It's kind of like that, man. Let me put my own security in my own hands. If I have nothing that's damaging to the rest of the world, like, oh, God forbid his half-baked one-liners get out into the world, let me sacrifice that to China. And who knows, maybe I build world peace through that way. And they go, wow, this guy, they're a little half-baked, but that thing about the Pokemon, that wasn't too bad. Like, maybe you got some stuff in there. Maybe you got some recipes. Maybe you have something very important, and maybe they do take it, and they go, America, not that bad. I have no idea, but it's weird that we're even that, bothered by it. If America isn't even looking through your stuff, like, that's the whole belief, is that everyone's spying on us regardless. Why do I care what nationality they are? Whether it's my people, your people, whose people, dude. If you're looking through it, you're looking through it. It's not going to bother me. Give us the option to fail ourselves, man. That is the beauty of life, is it not? Okay, you got to be willing to fail. You got to be willing to fall on your face. You got to be willing to bundle up. But anyways, yeah, we'll see what happens with that, man. It's definitely interesting for sure. To a lot, and again, to all the people, that's really the biggest worry, is that people who build a life out of anything, and a business can go under, and that's a sucky thing. But it's a pretty big employee group, I guess. That'd be like, I don't know, Walmart going under. Like, man, everybody, except, I don't know if the employees of Walmart. Holy crap, my life is gone. I really thought that was going to be it for me. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it'll all work out. I believe. But what do I know, man? I've been trying to wait in the warm for a little bit now. However, guys, what else in the news, man? Nothing much. However, I did see the Nintendo Switch 2, and I'm only going to mention this because I just watched it 5 seconds before I hit play, and I'm stoked, dude. I love the Nintendo Switch. I've been big on it, and we've been waiting, dude. It was 8 years ago. 8 years ago the first Switch came out, and I don't like how Nintendo waits this whole time. Nintendo's really cheap about it. All right, I'm not going to lie to you. Every other system, it comes out 2 years into it, they start slashing prices. Yeah, we're not going to offer it at full price. Why would we? Okay? It's old hardware now. You could buy a PC for that price, and you freaking build it up bigger than we've ever had it before. But Nintendo, the thing's been out for 8 years. They're still selling it full price. And they're cheap like that, and I don't like it. However, I just saw it was all over Twitter. Everyone's up in arms. Nintendo Switch 2, it's big, it's coming out. It looks cool. It's basically the same but darker. But I will say I don't know. Why even announce it if you have no specs? All they did was they just said Nintendo Switch 2 is coming, which we already knew was coming. So it kind of just wastes everyone time. It wastes everyone time. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, guys. I'm a big dude. Get me on the Switch, man. Get me on Mario Kart. I don't know if there's anybody better at Mario Kart than me, except my younger brother Nicholas. I don't know what happened to him, man. I've always been phenomenal at Mario Kart, and all of a sudden, the last time we played, dude, friggin' like nine times in a row, this guy was just destroying. You know, some people are just gifted a lot of different things. Some people have a taste for cuisine. Some people just have an affinity for math. Some people just can kind of figure out tech. Some people, things just come to them naturally. My brother, Mario Kart. He's got it on lock, and I'm pretty upset about it. So hopefully I can get a hold of the Switch 2 early, okay, before he does. Get in game, get ready for my Mario Kart practice, and then I can destroy him. And that's what life is all about for me right now. Certain people have a lot of different things they want to get to, and that's what I was talking about the catalyst and the things that I want to accomplish in life. And number one, after getting the heat on here, is get better at Mario Kart. But we'll see, man. It'll take time. Oh, dude, here's another thing, okay? I don't know what is going on with male grooming, all right? Now, this is a wide topic, but let me just talk about this, okay? I thought it was a joke at first. Somebody was trimming, they were cutting with like the beard trimmers, they were cutting their eyelashes down to almost nothing. I was like, oh, that's a silly joke, an exaggeration, right? Like, who would cut their eyelashes? That keep stuff out your eyes, whatever. And then I saw it come back around. More people were doing it, and it keeps coming around. And more guys were cutting their eyelashes because they said it was the alpha male thing to do, because eyelashes are feminine, man. They want to look less gay. And that was to trim your eyelashes. And it looks so stupid. And I'm not judging, but it looks so stupid, dude. It's awful. And I don't know what this whole movement is. It's like, dude, we gotta look less gay, man. We gotta look less gay. We gotta trim our eyelashes. And I would argue, dude, look, do whatever you want, but I would argue that worrying about your eyelashes at all might be more gay than anything, though. Like, if you're trying to do your eyelashes, you're like, man, I'm not feminine. It's like, dude, you're doing it. You're just doing more and more grooming on your eyelashes. If your whole thing was that I can't have eyelashes because that's what girls have, they're eyelashes, man. Now you're worrying about your eyelashes. You're becoming the very thing that you hate. So everybody's all trying to be something. Dude, they're eyelashes, man. That's so crazy to me. I don't know. Just cut off your eyebrows, too. Girls have them. Girls have hair. You can't cut that off either. You know, you got to get rid of everything. So I saw that, dude. It's so embarrassingly stupid. Hey, but do you? I shouldn't have been. Maybe that's a little bit rude. Okay. Do you? But it's not going to solve whatever problem you're trying to solve. You know, like if you're going to cut your eyelashes, it looks worse than it did before. And maybe that's what masculinity is, you know. Maybe masculinity is about looking as terrible as possible. I have no idea, you know. Like, maybe because women are all put together and they do so much, and they try, you know, all this self-care, and they try to look prepared and taken care of, right? They look great. And men are like, we want to look disheveled and stupid like we crawled out of the garbage. I want to look like I got ran over. I want to look like I got jumped. Dude, no, there's nothing more manly. Just cuts and shave half your face, maybe chip a tooth. I have no idea. But I saw that and I was like, I can't get on board with that, man. That's a whole other level. You know, like, I want to take care of myself. I do. All right? And I started using that what is it called? Oh my gosh. The retinol or whatever. I used that last year after I went to go get my headshots, and then they were like, dude, you have such great skin. How do you do it? Your skin, you know what? You take care of that skin, because it's very rare for somebody to have a good complexion and this and that. And I don't even know if that was true. I don't know if he was just buttering me up for the sake of buttering me up. But I was like, holy crap, do I have good skin? Maybe I should, you know, like, all of a sudden I had a prized possession that I should be taking care of. And maybe he just tricked me into doing it. So now I'm trying to do it. And I don't know. I don't know if it makes a difference. However, it's been drying my eyes out. horribly, dude. I don't know if I'm putting it too close to my eyes, but I quit it. I stopped doing it. I was like, I don't know, maybe it's the cold, maybe it's all the screens or something like that, or it's the chemicals that I'm putting near my eyes. But now it's just been red and dark and inflamed and itchy, man. And I don't know, dry eyes. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know how to fix dry eyes. Why is it dry? Ask me, Tristan, why is it dry? Tristan, why is it dry? I don't know, dude. I don't know. Maybe I need to start crying more, but I'm not a big crier, dude. There's two things in life that make me cry. When I think about just the gratitude for my family and the ending of Kung Fu Panda 2, when Po comes up on the mountain and he faces everything that he was afraid of, and he was the dragon warrior, and they're coming for him and they're taking down the legends, but Po, he doesn't have inner peace. He was never meant to be chosen in the first place. It's kind of a repeat of the first one to begin with, but it doesn't matter because he stands there, a warrior, the heart of a dragon, and there's fire in the cannons. Ka-cha! You know, he doesn't say, that was Cars, but, you know, skadoosh. And, oh, dude, I got goosebumps right now. You can't see it because I'm in a coat, or maybe I'm just cold. I have no idea. But, man, that's a beautiful scene, man. That is storytelling at its finest. Kung Fu Panda 2 is probably one of the most beautiful endings, dude. I'm not even joking. It sounds like I'm you know, I exaggerate a little bit on the show, but Kung Fu Panda 2, the end is so magnificent. It's so beautiful, and it just makes you think, man. Like, maybe you can stand up for anything, even if you think you're gonna die. He's look, I'm gonna stand there. I want to fight, and that's beautiful. That's what being a warrior is all about. And Po does not cut his eyelashes, okay? You can be a man and have eyelashes. This is confirmed. Speaking of being a man, or lack thereof, so did you guys see this whole firefighter thing, you know? And it was I don't know if it was the chief of the LA Fire Department, but they put out this video, right? It was a lesbian firefighter. And she's arguing that when you're saving people from the fires, they would prefer that if they looked like you, they feel safer, you know? Like, maybe if you're a lesbian and you're trapped in the fire and some straight white male starts coming through, okay, and his eyelashes are all trimmed up, and you go, get the fuck out of here, man. I don't care about this. Get out. But if a lesbian woman comes in and you're like, oh my gosh, one of me, right? I was willing to die because that freaking idiot was in here. So she was arguing that it's important to have people that look like they do. And I think there's some truth in everything a little bit. Like, maybe it's nice, maybe not that. Maybe not when you're being saved, but there's some sort, at least like representation. If a black lesbian woman's in the fire department, they go, hey, that's cool. We can do that. Everybody can be anything, right? However, the crazy part about this is that they were arguing because, I don't know if she was out of weight or something, is that they were saying, well, can you rescue my husband if he's trapped in the fire? And then she goes, it blew up all over the internet, and then she goes, he kind of screwed up by getting himself in the wrong place to begin with. Like, I shouldn't have to do that. That wasn't verbatim, but it was something along the lines of, like, that's kind of his problem. And everyone's like, what? You know, look, be a lesbian firefighter if you want, but there's also powerlifting women, okay? Like, there's a lot of women that are strong. A lot of women can pick up a person. So I didn't even know that they were arguing that it was about your sexuality or race or anything to be a firefighter. But I think it was about being in shape. And I also, look, dude, I don't think you should be a fat guy as a firefighter. Like, if you can't pick up a dude, like, that's kind of the nature of the game, is you need to be able to, you know, take care of somebody. And especially, like, hey, that's your fault. Like, you blame the guy who is dying in the, like, what if he's in a bed? What if he's in a hospital bed and he can't get out? Or people in a wheelchair? And the craziest thing about this is, whoever approved this video in the middle of all these fires going on in LA, it was like, hey, like, isn't there a team, a social media where they go, hey, there's a lot of people that are dying, there's a lot of people that are struggling, maybe now's not the time to do a whole, hey, you know, it's your fault. But they let that thing fly, man. And it's just kind of, I don't know. I don't know what the point of it was, because if you're gonna do that whole speech, if you're gonna do the whole thing, make it a fit lesbian woman. There's plenty of them, dude. And let them carry a guy. Like, yeah, can I carry a guy? Dude, I can carry two guys. Okay, can you carry a guy? I don't know why they did it the way that they did it, dude, but it blew up and people are going up in arms. And also, like, maybe, dude, there's got to be roles for people. Like, if you want to contribute, maybe you're not the guy or the lesbian woman who runs into a building to carry the dude out. You know, maybe you have a physical test for that. Like, surely the guy holding the hose doesn't need to be anything, doesn't need to be super strong, doesn't need to be fit. Like, there has to be like layers to it, you know, front lines, like the people who are risking their lives to going in there. And I don't know. Again, I'm a normal white dude. Maybe I can't complain. But I don't know. If there was a job where other people who didn't look like me and didn't like girls like I do, then I wouldn't be like, hey, you know, we need more other people that look like me risking. I wouldn't like that. In fact, if they're like, hey, everybody, we're taking people to war, but they need to look like Tristan. I go, what the heck? No. Have other people that look differently than me. Other people are risking their lives. I want to be the furthest demographic from that as possible. I don't want to contribute. But yeah, good on them. I guess their heart's in the right place. But that was a rough look to be like, hey, that's your fault. Okay, I'm here representing. And that's tough. That's tough, dude. So, hey, you know, I think anybody should be a fireman, and he should be a mailman, amen, human, whatever it is. I never got that too. The amen, women, you dude. It's like a mailman, dude. It's all the same. Why is it got to be a male? I mean, maybe it's hard. Maybe, you know, that's societal. I always thought it was like man from human. It was human. You're a mailman. You don't have to be a male woman. We're just, you know, we're all mankind, right? But I digress. That's further from the point. Guys, I think that's pretty much all I have to talk about today. I guess I got to get back to work here. I got to get back to enjoying the sweet summer breeze that is colder than you'd think. You know, it's an Antarctica summer breeze. How warm is it in the summer in Antarctica? Let me know. Anyways, guys, yes, thank you so much for listening in, for being a part of the journey that is the Full Circus. And, yeah, I think that's everything, man. Dude, get out there, pray for the people, hope for the people, love the people, watch the president, follow the switch, get better at Mario Kart, you know, don't get dry eyes, don't trim your eyelashes, and something else that I can't remember. If it's out there, I'll remember. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I might need to take all this stuff back. That way it will stay on, you know? So I don't know. Maybe I'm just joking around. Maybe I'm exaggerating. I don't actually need I'm kidding, dude. I'm packing it up right now. So guys, I thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in the next episode, and we'll see where it is. You know, there's a chance. Who knows? I'm all for play.